original, not an in-universe movie that's like, on its own, in its own universe, that it wasn't connected to the actual DCU,
Yeah. It's crazy. But we're in a.
It was a good decision to make that film, though. For Warner Brothers. You know what I'm saying? That was a good move. Yeah,
I agree because they got James Gunn and he's now running the show, so that's good.
Oh yeah, and they cast that movie really well too.
Yeah, great cast, really good. Pretty.
Yeah, most definitely. The lack of box office success for superhero films and stuff like that, or the fall off of the quality has not hurt the ability to cast big name up and coming actors in these projects. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's been everyone trusts Gunn as a director producer, so I trust him.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody does, but I'm sure some people do.
Well,
yeah.
no, not everyone, but yeah, look, he has the more consistent success in terms of comic movies. Guardians Family Tree did well, and it was the better phase these multiverse saga phases.
I think Gunn is really talented. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's I don't know that much about him really at the end of the day. Like you know more about him than I do, but he's obviously like a sort of outsider, type of rebel sort of like, guy, you know what I mean? That has his own style, in terms of like writing and, film and stuff like that, and he has a lot of ideas and thoughts. He's like a genius type guy, we'll see what happens with, the whole DCU and how that plays out overall, you know what I'm saying? As they get through it, I'm ready for them to start putting more stuff out, more shows and content for us to see, and, see what's up.
Yeah, no, I agree. We got plenty of good shows this year, which is good. We got, Alien Earth next week and Peacemaker. And then of course, Welcome to Derry show. I forgot
that we're doing that Dairy show. I've forgotten about that. I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Oh, I remember now.
It starts getting kind of soft as the year winds down. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be good to have something good to cover.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let me put up the trailer because they got it because I got a couple of trailers we can react because was it a couple weeks ago? It was like what was it? Comic-Con, and like a lot of the studios were showing a couple things. So we got a couple new trailers we can watch here. So let me start with Peacemaker season 2 because we got a new one. We got Better Luke on that show, which is good. So let me do it now. First, let me cancel this. What do you say? Echo isolation.
New trailer of Peacemaker season 2. Enjoy.
We doing it up in style.
Hey guys, I got beer. On?
Duh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just hand it to him.
I'll just hand it to him.
I've changed a lot since I last saw you. I don't want to be a joke anymore. I want to be a real hero.
You wear a clown costume and go out and beat up people.
Chris, take something bad and make something good out of it.
I need to find the Peacemaker. He killed my son.
You're being monitored right now.
By who?
Rick Flag, Sr.
Whoa.
What is it?
I have a dimensional portal. And it leads to a parallel world.
What?
It's not that big a deal.
Get the out, it's not.
My son is a better man you could ever dream of being.
I've tried to make up for my mistakes, but I'm not sure redemption is possible.
He's in love with you.
Me and Chris, it's never gonna be a thing.
I'm going to make a life in the other world.
there's another dimension. It's exactly the same as ours.
But better. Best dimension ever.
Dude, that's sick.
We need to close that dimensional rift.
The condoms, I'm partnering you up with our new agent, Rip Jagger.
Who's Rip Jagger?
Hey, fatty.
No matter how green the grass is over there, you belong here with us.
We're gonna get Chris back.
You met your own self from a parallel dimension? You're wearing his clothes?
You think I bought this? That's painful.
Hi, Mom. We're going to my secret room. You're not allowed to follow.
You must be John.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
You're not that dorky.
Shut up, Mom.
You're muted, sir.
Thank you. Hold on. Okay. I thought the trailer was good. I'm very excited for this show. As everyone knows, I already saw the first season. I thought it was good, so very
Is that
excited.
the same actress from Fantastic Four?
Which one?
The girl who plays the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. Is that the same? Does that chick look like her similarly?
No. That's actually James Gunn's wife. And
Is that who that is? Oh, you told me that before. I forgot that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Her name is Jennifer Holland. She was in Guardians 3. She was that lady that screamed like very loudly when she got shot by the 2014 Gamora version. So that's who she is, and she's a character that we saw in the Suicide Squad, and like she's been with the DCEU.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's in Peacemaker 1, and then she popped up here and there in some of the movies and turned to poke credits. Like she was in Black Adam. She was in
okay. She was in that Black Adam as like an agent, like a government agent.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, because she was still working with Waller because the Argus.
She worked for Waller. That's right. Yeah.
So she was there.
Okay, I know the connections now. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then she was in her and the chubby guy was in Shazam 2 for a post-credit scene because
like a lot of Peacemaker's like allies on the show are former Waller people, like from Suicide Squad, right?
Yes. Yeah. And there's a twist with one of them when you get to season 1, which I was shocked. So, but you have to see.
Oh yeah, that'll be very soon. I mean, I have no choice. I've got to start watching it like within the next couple of days, so I can get it done before we start reviewing the show. Because before you know it, episode 1 will be out. We'll be covering it that Friday. So I'm looking forward to it. The trailer was interesting. I mean, it's definitely obviously like a weird kind of show, you know what I'm saying? But it looks cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. So yeah, very excited when we get to
that. And I'm
that.
sure it's probably funny and like raunchy, like I would expect it to be like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm sure it is, but you're not going to see that in the trailer.
No. Yeah. This is definitely James Gunn on his loose.
The whole like interdimensional aspect of the season and all that looks really cool. I like that.
Yeah, and it fits with what's going on with Superman. So we're dealing with that. So that's good. I'm excited to see Frank Gregor as Rick Flag Sr. So that's gonna be cool because we saw him briefly as Superman. So that's good.
Yeah, I know. It really sucks that they killed off his son in Suicide Squad. I like that actor a lot that plays the other Rick Flag.
Yeah, when we did the Suicide Squad, James Gunn redeemed that character because he was not good in the first film, but like he was so much better.
One of the only good things about the first film.
Yeah. But yeah,
he did redeem though in the second film. He did,
yeah, he did, and
he came off really good as a character. Like a really good fit in the film.
Exactly, and so I was very sad when Peacemaker killed him. So that was good. It's good that they're picking that
chemistry
up.
with Harley Quinn and shit like that is good. It's like a good thing for the movie.
Yeah, and he had good chemistry with Bloodsport, whatever his name is.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate that his character got killed off because I liked him.
Yeah, but it makes sense. I mean,
But I'm glad that his dad is going to be in Peacemaker season 2. That was good for the DCU to have him around. The father. You know what I mean?
yeah. I know he's in Creature Commandos. He was first there, and then Superman, and then now this. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah, he plays like a like one of those. The MCU used to have a lot of characters like him. Secondary characters that connect everything, kind of. Like by being around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what Rick Flag is. Senior. You know what I'm saying? And junior.
Yeah. No. That is very true. Okay. I think
He plays a character similar to the one he played in the MCU. You know what I'm saying? With Shield. Same kind of deal.
Yeah. Same kind of deal, but different. Obviously he would play Crossbones. That was a Marvel villain. Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously in the DCU universe, he's like a high-ranking, official or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that actor though, Frank Grillo or whatever. I like him.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I like him. I heard he's good in The Purge, those horror movies. I know this one.
He's actually pretty badass as Crossbones in Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah, briefly.
The opening villain. He's actually really cool.
Yeah, I wish we kept him alive. Like I was kind of annoyed they kill him off, but whatever. That's Marvel.
That opening Avengers fight scene or whatever in that movie is really cool.
Yeah, best action scene actually. Really good action scene.
I really enjoyed that. We didn't get to see very much of that Avengers squad on film.
No. I mean, just
that lined up with Vision and Wanda and everything. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get to see all that very much.
No, we only saw it in the end of Age of Ultron and then just the beginning of Civil War, and that's it. And then our heroes split.
I remember when Civil War came out, the rumor was that that Robert Downey Jr. Essentially stole forced his way into the film and then made his role bigger and bigger and bigger until it finally grew to the point where it was the whole theme of Cap versus Steve, or whatever. But it happened over time. That Robert Downey Jr. pushed for it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And that and that the film changed a lot over time in terms of what they ended up with.
Yeah. Well, so what I heard, and that's interesting. I never heard that part. Well, because remember, the DCU was going on. They were discussing where to take the third Captain America movie, and then when
the rumor was a very credible rumor back then that was very well publicized that Robert Downey Jr. forced his way into that film in a way.
Really, I it seems
that was a heavily rumored thing back then. When it came out.
Okay, yeah. Well, the actual story, like I heard,
and those things happen. That's why when it came out, it was plausible. You know what I'm saying? Because things like that do occur.
That's true. I mean, and hey, he was the lead for the MCU, so
RDJ was he was the man.
Yeah, so that makes sense. What I heard, I mean, I don't think they had a strong vision of what the third one was, but when Batman v Superman was announced, Kevin Feige say, "Oh, let's do our versus with Iron Man and Captain America." So he decided to tell the Russo brothers do Civil War. So that's how we got to the Civil War. Because remember that cheap who is that guy that he?
But even then, though, doing Civil War does not automatically lead to a Tony Cap duel. You know what I'm saying?
No. Well, I think they wanted Daddy to be in the third one. It was just that producer named Plummer, whatever that guy that was so cheap for Marvel. He wanted to not have Daddy there because it was going to be more expensive. And so that's when when Kevin Feige told Bob Iger to separate Marvel Studios from the Marvel entertainment. So that's why we got rid of the Marvel community. If you know that backstory, and so he now went up to he only
answered. That happened a long time ago. I'd forgotten about that move.
Yeah. So
That's that's where things get complicated. The details of like the business aspect, of Marvel, all that.
Yeah, it was crazy. So it was during it was during the end and then the beginning of Phase 3 and then all that. But anyway, but that's
I read that book. It was very interesting. I read the book that where it covered all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I enjoyed reading that book. It was very interesting. The whole story of the MCU was very interesting.
Yeah, especially entry Phase 4 or 5 is like, oh my god, like it's crazy. Okay. Just wrapping up the trailer reactions. I got one for Predator Badlands. They got a new trailer here, so I'd be kind of cool to see that. So let me do that. Then we'll get out of here.
I think I'm gonna go get new glasses next week.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So this is your first hunt. And you've come to the most dangerous planet in the universe. You're after a creature that can't be killed. The definitive apex predator. I could help you. Well, good luck with your journey. Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey. We might not be alone in this hunt.
You thought about that. I thought it was a good trailer. I thought it was really good.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah. So
you gotta turn off the echo cancellation, sir. I don't know what happened to you right there, but you fell off there for a minute.
Oh yeah, I was multitasking, sir. I'm doing top secret projects.
Yeah, it's a good trailer, man. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's another good trailer for them. I told you already before about that I like that trailer, the new trailer that came out, that it was good. I mentioned it to you already. It's a good trailer.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really cool. They have Android from the Alien universe in this movie.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious.
It's very cool. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do again a crossover between those franchises, but it's cool that they're using Android because that makes a lot of sense to do that for Predator. So, and then
that character looks interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's portrayed by what's her name? Ellie Fanning, great actress. You've seen Man on Fire and all that. She's good. I know that her show, what is it called? The Great is in Hulu. I heard those good things about it. So, but yeah.
I don't know. I don't know a lot about Hulu television. I've never really, delved into their shows that much.
Yeah, I'm thinking this. I've
never watched one that I can think of, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider Shogun. Shogun is an FX show. That's on Hulu. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a Hulu show. I've never watched a Hulu show that I can think of.
Yeah, not me either. Yeah,
I've seen trailers for them. I just saw trailers for new Hulu shows the other day for like 3 or 4 shows that they're coming out with. But I've never watched one.
Yeah. There's a lot they produce, just like Netflix. But yeah, I think. Well, yeah, because
I remember when Hulu was actually a place for Marvel to put TV on at one point way back.
yeah,
That was an option for them. You know what I'm saying? Was to put a show out on Hulu.
yeah,
They had that one weird show on Hulu.
it was like
The Devil's Son or whatever.
Yeah, Hellstrom. That was like the only Hulu show they did because it was right after like everything was absorbed by Marvel Studios.
Yeah, but there were talks back then of doing the Punisher on Hulu, and stuff like that. Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Punisher was already had his show in Netflix, so yeah,
they were going to do Ghost Rider on Hulu, remember? And then they stopped. Then they decided not to.
Yeah, which is a shame because I thought that was a good idea to do.
There's a lot of stuff that Marvel thought about doing that they didn't do.
Yeah, which is annoying. But hopefully they do a special presentation for the Ghost Rider. It was good.
I mean, honestly, to tell you, it's way past due for them to introduce him into the MCU. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck they're thinking of not doing it by now.
I know. It's kind of crazy because I blame it because they were using.
There's still a desire to see like popular superhero movies. You know what I'm saying? With good characters. So like Ghost Rider is a great character. If he's done right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he's done seriously, not like the stupid Nicolas Cage movies.
Yeah, I agree.
A serious character, like a Blade character, Ghost Rider is awesome.
Yeah, he's a great character. I'm surprised he was great in. I know you haven't seen the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but like he was great in there as.
I've seen some of his scenes in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm sure he was great in it. Adding Ghost Rider to anything is a good move.
Yeah. So he was really good at that moment. I was hoping he
has very interesting powers, that come from a really interesting backstory place. You know what I mean? With Mephisto and Hell and all that. You know what I mean? It's interesting.
Yeah. Also, he has a great design as a superhero. I mean, the Flaming Skull is so iconic. It's so good.
Yeah, again, it depends on how he's done. You know what I'm saying? But he is a very cool looking, interesting character overall. He's a living fucking demon, skull, being. You know what I'm saying? He's not human.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
Seeing him interact with other characters and shit like that in comics was awesome. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just such a weird, individual character. You know what I'm saying? Being undead or whatever, and all that. Whatever he is, a demon.
Yeah. Well, what do you call it? Like a hat spawn.
Yeah, seeing him interacting with other superheroes and things like that was always interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, he would say interesting shit, as Ghost Rider,
Yeah.
Then there's the whole, thing where he has this human side too, you know what I'm saying? And that's interesting, that whole story,
Yeah. That's always interesting. I just wish that the movies did it better, but they never did.
Oh no, what they did, the Nicolas Cage films are terrible.
Oh yeah, they were so terrible. Like they were so like the mid 2000s movies.
I would assume that when they do Ghost Rider or the MCU, they're going to do it comic book accurate, so it'll be just like the comics essentially. He'll have the same backstory. Depending on who they decide to do. You know what I'm saying? For Ghost Rider, I personally always want. You already know I want to see Danny Ketch as Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive Johnny Blaze fan personally, but I don't care though either way.
Yeah. I guess for me, hold on, let me get the name of Ghost Rider.
The Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider is the most like classic, popular Johnny, Ghost Rider. Yeah.
So I want to see again, Robbie Reyes. That was the one for the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think he was
the Danny Ketch 1990s Ghost Rider was the most popular Ghost Rider ever was. You know what I'm saying? Like comic wise,
You do.
Ghost Rider had like Ghost Rider had 3 different comic titles at one point in the 90s. 3 different comics that were all Ghost Rider.
Yeah. You told me about that. It's interesting that he's the one that's the most popular. That's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, yep. There was a comic that was just him and Johnny Blaze together, called Spirits of Vengeance. And it was a team up of Johnny Blaze and Ghost Rider. There was a comic of that, and then there was regular Ghost Rider,
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. Yeah, right. Because Blaze
Ghost
featured.
Rider wasn't that popular in Marvel Comics when he first came out back in the day as Johnny Blaze. He was he was a side character.
Yeah, because he was in. Yeah, because the Ghost Rider title.
I think he had a comic, the old Johnny Blaze, like back in the 70s or whatever. There was Ghost Rider comics, but they canceled the comic. Then they brought it back.
Yeah, and then when you brought up the Eddie Catch, the Ghost Rider from 1998 was Danny Ketch. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
That was the peak of like his comic popularity as Ghost Rider. Was the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider.
Yeah, and then
that's when they were crossing Ghost Rider over with everybody back then. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Punisher,
Yeah. Interesting.
You can put him with anybody, Ghost Rider. You can put him with anybody, any character, any superhero.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because he addressed the world pretty good.
It's very interesting seeing him interact with other characters,
Yeah.
He's like a Punisher kind of superhero that kills people and shit like that in a way. You know what I mean? He's brutal. He's like very violent,
Yeah.
So so there's always that question of how the interaction is going to be with the Spider-Mans and like the do-gooder superheroes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Plus he's a demon. You know what I'm saying? So like that, that's gotta be kind of weird if you're like Spider-Man, talking to him.
True. Yeah. I mean, the one thing that's great about him is because he could fight demons, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah. He's very durable. Ghost Rider can take a punt. He can take a pounding and stay in the fight for a long time, even if he gets destroyed completely, like, down to his bones and shit or whatever, he comes back, he just comes back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true.
That I can remember, there's really no way to actually get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I can remember in the comics, like there was really no way to completely get rid of him,
I think the only time you get rid of him if he gives up his power.
Yeah, it has to be done with like a magic spell, or like one of the books. You know what I mean? If you actually want to get rid of him. Besides that, like when it comes to fighting him or whatever, like shooting him, blowing him up or whatever, he just heals and comes back together as Ghost Rider.
Yeah, or Mephisto is the one that created
his bike, his motorcycle or whatever. It just comes back rebuilt. You know what I'm saying? Same deal with him.
Yeah. So I'm very curious when we're gonna get Ghost Rider because they're trying to build up the Midnight Suns, but I mean I guess they're gonna probably do that in the next phase.
They've been saying that they're gonna do the Midnight Suns for over a decade now.
Yeah, I mean for these last two phases, it's kind of crazy. I mean it's also the same thing with the other Avengers.
Marvel fans that know about the comics, from back in the day or whatever, have been asking for the Midnight Suns for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I'm just so surprised it took. I mean, well, my biggest problem is that they didn't these phases needed like Avengers team up, and I think the Midnight Suns could have been a good
Well, once they said they were going to do Blade, there was just an assumption among the fans that meant that we'd get Ghost Rider or the Midnight Suns. Then they didn't do Blade.
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't even need Blade. You could easily use Ghost Rider first.
You don't need Blade for the Midnight Suns. You know what I'm saying? There's other Midnight Suns teams without Blade. You're good with just Ghost Rider. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah, I don't know why they think that they needed Blade to be the one for the Midnight Suns. No, use other.
One of the aspects of Danny Ketch's Ghost Rider that I like is the fact that creates a situation where you've got Johnny Blaze also as a character, as just him, as just Johnny Blaze, the person. You know what I'm saying? Without the powers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's the direction you could go in if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Or you could not do that. You know what I'm saying? And not even have Johnny Blaze involved.
No. Yeah. Or I'm surprised. Like we got the werewolf.
I'm just saying from a Midnight Suns standpoint, the most popular Midnight Suns team from the '90s, the one with Blade, had Johnny Blaze on it too.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, the most popular Midnight Suns team did not have a lot of well-known characters on it. There was Blade, there was Ghost Rider, but a lot of the characters were characters that were not well known. They were only known through things like Ghost Rider comics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or
Blade,
Yeah, that's true. All right.
They're like a lot of those initial Midnight Suns members were like characters that were nothing but vampire hunters and things like that,
Yeah. Well, and just wrapping up. I mean, like I thought, because we got Werewolf by Night, like you thought Bloodstone would be the one that leads into the Midnight Suns. Like that's another way they could have done that,
Yeah, because Werewolf by Night is a supernatural character.
Yeah, so I'm surprised they didn't lead into Werewolf by Night. But I don't know. Marvel was so a mess. Like, I mean, they were a mess during Phase 4 or 5. It was like they didn't know, like,
to set up the Midnight Suns, you've got to make like 2 or 3 or 4 films just to set it up. You know what I'm saying? Or you've got to make like 2 films and a TV show or something like that just to set it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see why.
You can't just start off and just make a you can if you want, but in general, I don't think it's the best move to just go out and make a standalone film, without like backstory, without a setup.
No, that's a good point. Yeah.
The plan always was for them to do Blade, and then you figure they do Ghost Rider too. You know what I'm saying? In some way, then you lead into Midnight Suns. Just doing a Midnight Suns movie like the Suicide Squad as a standalone thing, that's tough. That's a lot of work to do in one film. To introduce a whole team, and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand that, but I think it could have worked. I mean, like Guardians had 5 people, and that worked. So I don't.
It's doable. Yeah. Oh, you could do it. But it's tough. You could make an R-rated, what's it called?
Horror movie, Supernatural.
No, what? Midnight Suns. I'm sorry. Forgive me. You could make an R-rated, Supernatural Midnight Suns movie, a standalone Midnight Suns movie. But you've got to get the right director to make it. That knows with the right story to be able to handle, establishing 5 or 6 characters on a team in one film the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean,
well, at the same time, also having a villain of the film as well, with that conflict. You know what I mean? Too. In the final battle and all that too.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be something.
I mean, if you're gonna do the Midnight Suns, there has to be an ultimate goal of putting the team together in the film. You know what I'm saying? They have to have an objective. A villain to beat. An evil being like Lilith or somebody to beat. Some kind of supernatural threat to Earth or something like that has to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of sad because like they introduced Mephisto finally, so that could have been a good way to use him.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is there, Mephisto's there. All the pieces are there.
Oh yeah, and Dormammu, like he could be a good villain.
Dormammu's not really a Midnight Suns kind of character.
I know, but I think you could do something with his character because he hasn't been in the MCU since the first movie, so I kind of feel like you could do something with him.
I think Dormammu was a one deal, a trick pony kind of deal. I think once you do it once, like you don't really need to do it again.
True. Yeah. Well, for me, like I think you could use him more as like a behind the scenes.
It's so hard to express how powerful Dormammu really is in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and like make him not look silly.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of true.
You
But
know,
we'll see.
it's easier in comics to express, you know, like how like scary and like powerful Dormammu is. You know what I'm saying? It's tougher in film.
Yeah, that's true.
Because in general, when you look at Dormammu, like his you know his being or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of goofy looking.
That's true, but I mean they're gonna make him scary. Like I think it could be good.
Yeah, well, you want to be comic book accurate though, you know. So
yeah, that's true. I mean, he has a lot of designs over the years.
Dormammu is a weird motherfucker. He's a weird being. You know what I'm saying? He's like an ancient entity from the from like the the beginning of the universe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean another villain from Doctor Strange they could have used maybe Nightmare. Nightmare could have worked.
Yeah, I mean Nightmare was supposed to be
number 2.
You know, in Doctor Strange, too, as the villain, but it never happened.
Yeah, so annoying. Like they cannot like get Nightmare out. Like that's kind of
Nightmare was a great Ghost Rider villain in the comics.
Yeah, and Strange as well. Yeah. All right, sir. Let's kind of end it now because my allergies are just acting up.
Okay, sir.
So I just want to thank everyone so much for joining me today on this awesome live stream of Unbreakable. We're going to come back again to do Sinners in 2 weeks, so that'll be awesome for Jeff to see it for the first time and HBO Max, which is great. But yeah, thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.